Yo, what is up guys? Steel Vico here, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, we are taking a look at the Sunstar Nightcrawler ripoff. Yes, if you didn't know, the popular 2021-2022 animatronic that is featured on the hologram fan at Spirit Halloween got ripped off by Sunstar last year. And it is quite a shocking ripoff, I must say. They like copied it, but then like they copied it kind of well, but the animation isn't even close, the audio isn't even close, the quality is nowhere near. I was gonna do an unboxing, but it's already open and out of the box and set up. So why don't we just get right into looking at this guy? I think I've rambled long enough. It's better to just show than tell this ripoff. I bought it, so you don't have to. So let's just see that ripoff. So here he is, guys, and first comment I will make is that they actually did a pretty good job ripping off the face. Not that I condone ripoffs or that I agree with them, but they actually did a pretty darn good job at copying it. It actually doesn't look too bad, in my opinion. It actually looks pretty good and creepy in the sense that it copies Nightcrawler's face. I go back and forth about my opinion on Nightcrawler and his just kind of weird and out there design. But if you're copying it, they did a good job with that for the most part. Other than his eyes, which the classic just like cheap LED eyes versus, you know, the good ones that Nightcrawler has. And then of course they followed up with the hair. This is obviously a ripoff. There's no doubt about that it's Nightcrawler, and that's what they were trying to do. The hands are actually different, and the feet here are of a different design than the hands, which I actually appreciate and actually think is better than the Nightcrawler animatronic, because I just think it's weird that they basically used the same hands. They used the hands for feet, and they basically used the same mold 4 times, which I just think is kind of lazy. I don't know. Some people think it looks creepy. I think it looks lazy. And considering his backstory that he was part human, his hands cannot look like his hands should not look like feet, or his feet should not look like hands. But maybe that's me being nitpicky, but that's the one thing I do like better about this guy. The material of this is probably cheaper than the original Nightcrawler, but it looks actually very similar and very close. When I'm making this kind of short review and taking a look at this product for you guys to show this Nightcrawler ripoff, so you guys do not have to do it yourself, I'm definitely not recommending you buy this. It was a little bit better, cheaper. It's quite a bit cheaper than Nightcrawler itself. Still way too expensive. I wanted to buy him last year on Halloween Haunters website, but I could not because it was just a little too expensive for me for this, for one video essentially. And it's not much better. I found it on Walmart's website. That's where I got him from. It's not much better, but I decided I might as well go for it. I really appreciate each and every one of you subscribing, so I figured why not make this video for you guys, just to kind of, you know, have a laugh or whatever, take a look at this guy for a little bit, give my thoughts, and so that nobody else has to, you know, spend their money on this. You know, if you want something like this, buy the actual Nightcrawler. It's more expensive, but it's going to be better, and I'm probably going to repeat that at the end of this video as well, but I wanted to take a look at this anyway, because why the heck not? But yeah, the material is actually not too bad, like, feeling, and it looks pretty close to the actual Nightcrawler. He is, however, much thinner. As you can see, it is literally, I will take him apart. There was a bit of a setup to him, but like not very much. You didn't miss much. There is Velcro to attach his top, clothes, and his pants, which I did actually appreciate and do like that they included that. You know, at least they put a little thought into that. But essentially, it's these metal poles. Try not to scrape his hands too much. And you can see his legs. This is how they came in the box. They do have a base, which is kind of nice. I kind of like that because it'll keep him sturdy, but I don't know if this is the best design for it, but I guess it works. He's not huge or anything. And while we're at it, here is a closer look at his face, and as you can see, it's actually not too bad. for, Sunstar, of course. But his body just attaches to this pole, which I inserted and it came in the box. And you can see it's just a standard Sunstar mechanism box, aka Aroma. I believe this is called like Haunted Hill Farms or something like that. Some wires are severed, strangely. I don't know what that was for. I'm hoping that it's not important to the movement, or I will be pretty upset, because this did cost quite a bit for, what it does. But yeah, you can see standard Sunstar box, standard overused kind of mechanism, overused audio box, whatever. And, but I will get them, the setup is pretty easy, but you usually actually don't have to do much setup for Sunstar items anyhow. So it's, whatever. He's not that big, as you can see here, but he's, also not like tiny. Obviously Nightcrawler is a lot bigger. But that is probably the detail of his overview and his material. His hair works, I guess, and this is just saying, like, how well did they replicate it. It wasn't bad. It's awful, but it's, them, for Sunstar's track record of ripping stuff off, I'd say they did okay. But the hair, as I was talking about before, is the cheap Sunstar hair, the very cheap stuff, nothing, like, special about that. It gets the point across. It looks fine. I just, you can tell it's definitely very cheap. But anyway, I shall now activate him, and we will see his animation, which is by far the worst part of this animatronic. Go figure. Alright, so the batteries are not included, which is not really a big deal, honestly. It is just 3 AA's. Nothing, too weird or out of the ordinary, or, too hard to deal with. We'll just put those in here right now. Oops. Oh, nope. No. Okay, hang on just a second. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. Alright. So we've got the batteries reinstalled on him, or batteries installed, actually. We never had them. And yes, you do need to take the Velcro off to change his, to turn him on and off, which is honestly not really a problem in my opinion, because Nightcrawler, who I've worked with a Nightcrawler at my store, and honestly, you have to do a lot to switch him over to modes and whatnot anyhow, so technically this isn't any better or worse. It's maybe a little bit better, but, whatever, it's a ripoff, so it's obviously worse, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's get to his animation now that we have the batteries installed. You already saw it partially. So yes, they made a jump scare animatronic into a writhing zombie thing. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So as I said before, basically this thing was called, I believe, a ground breaker Reaper, which I don't think I see that. That doesn't seem quite accurate to me. I don't know what Sunstar is doing, guys. They probably just don't want to admit that it's a ripoff, even though it's obviously a ripoff. Like, you can't copy it one for one, and expect people not to notice. And so they call it something completely different, which they call it something it's not really. It's not really a Reaper at all. It's got a hood. That's about it. Bony-ish hands, but they're just like human hands to me. So yeah. That's about it. That's about all I have to say on this Sunstar ripoff. I I don't know. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some value out of this. Please do not buy this. Save your money. Of course, buy the original Nightcrawler if you are so inclined. It's a lot better. Even if I'm not the biggest fan of the original Nightcrawler, even though I go back and forth on it, buy the original Nightcrawler over this for sure. I just wanted to make this video to showcase it, so you guys could see all of it. You know, you could see him in action and, you know, see what he does and all that stuff, and know about his setup process and all that stuff for documentation purposes, so you don't have to do that. I bought it because I wanted to see what he does. I wanted to make a video for you guys showing what he does, showcasing this rip-off animatronic, but I do not advise you get it yourself. That is for darn sure. He is packaged kind of, you know, pretty basically. He was just kind of thrown in the box there, which is fine, not really a problem. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm running out of things to say. This is just such a weird video idea, weird thing for me to do. What do you guys think? Let me hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Did I save you from buying a Nightcrawler ripoff? Did this entertain you in some way, shape, or form? Is there anything you want to see? What should I do with this guy now that I have him? I'm not going to return him. I'm going to keep him. What should I do? What do you guys want to see happen? Where can I put him in the haunt? You want to see me maybe do some sort of a repurpose or what? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm pretty sure I hit 800 subscribers today, so thank you guys so much for that. That's crazy. I did not expect this channel to blow up like it did, for it to grow as much as it has this year, and it's going to keep going, it looks like. So I'm really excited for that, guys. And please, if you are just watching this video, you just saw this, you know, because of the title or whatever, you wanted to see this, please consider subscribing. I read all the comments. I, you know, take suggestions where I can, when I can, and I just want to make videos that entertain all of you. So please subscribe if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. It shows your support, and, you know, and it just makes my day when I see that somebody subscribes. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, I guess. Right? Yeah. Peace.